Merry Meet and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch, a general reading for all signs. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Shirley and the lovely Dre, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Honeypaw. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us for this general reading for all signs. I'm reading with the CBD Tarot of Marseille. Let's purify with this traditional eau de cologne. I made this myself. This is all organic, by the way. And you can find information about how to make this cologne and how to buy that deck in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. Like I said, this is a general reading for all signs, and it's for today, the 11th of March, 2023, going out to everybody, whether you're watching with me live or whether you're watching on a restream. It does go out to a lot of people. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it because it may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, all of which are available for restream on both YouTube and on Twitch. I do not read with card reversals, and that's why you'll see me flipping cards right side up. It's my style of reading, and it works just fine for me. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can send one to paypal.me/ArielGatoga, paypal.me/ArielGatoga. If you're watching live on YouTube, oh, you can't. I always almost do that. We don't have super stickers or super chats available yet on YouTube. Those will be coming up probably within a month or two. In the meantime, the only way to donate is by going to paypal.me/ArielGatoga, paypal.me/ArielGatoga. We do have a shop, though, and that's at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all these decks that I read with there, plus other merchandise, and we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. And if you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us there, and you can watch all of our videos on Twitch without any ads simply by subscribing to us. All right, let me just shuffle this up a couple more times. I want to be as accurate as I can be for everybody today. I really appreciate you joining us today. It means a lot to me that you're here. So let's see what's in the cards for all of us today. Let's see. Nice clean cut. Okay. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Nine of Coins. And we've got the Strength card. It's a good day. It's a very good day today. Remember that with the King of Cups, I call that the card of spiritual mastery. But remember that sometimes when you own, because the kings are ownership. That's what they own. And so the cups can represent your spirituality, your spiritual practice, and also your emotions. And when you are owning your spiritual practice, when you are owning your spiritual mastery, sometimes it doesn't feel 100% good. Sometimes we misunderstand some of the feelings that we go through when we are finding mastery, spiritually speaking, as being, negative. And it's important to just kind of allow yourself to own everything, to just be with what you are with. That was a horrible way of saying that. To be with where you are. And just let it unfold, because today is a very, very blessed day. And it's important that you don't try to, whitewash what your feelings are or whitewash what your practice is. I had somebody today complaining about that I wasn't neo-pagan enough, and I remember thinking to myself, this is a good indication of that. It's just like, it's not my job to be neo-pagan for you. That's not what I'm here. I was not placed on this earth for your entertainment. Okay, I know you think I was, but I wasn't. And it's a good place to be. And I really encourage you to recognize that that the King of Cups owns their own space in the spiritual universe, and it doesn't always have to look like what everybody thinks it has to look like. It's you. It's all about you and where you're coming from, and your point of view, and your history, and your story. This is all about you and your story. So it can be disconcerting sometimes to be the King of Cups, because when you are really embracing that mastery, and it doesn't matter what your physical gender is, by the way, this king represents a spiritual or even a psychological principle. But when you're owning who you are at the core, you're not going to necessarily be in agreement with what everybody wants you to be. You're not going to necessarily fit in with the pop culture or whatever. Okay, and that's okay. It's more than okay. It's essential. Now, this 9 of Coins is talking about how when you can be yourself, when you can really embrace and own yourself and not try to, worry about whether other people like you or not the way you are, what that does is it really increases your magnetism to bring to you the resources that you need. It's like when you think of a magnet as having, that magnetic pull that can pull like iron filings or whatever to itself. If you put something over it, I always use the image of putting silly putty over the magnet. It doesn't demagnetize the magnet. It just interrupts the magnetic field. So you're never going to be able to demagnetize yourself, but you can interrupt the magnetic field. And I don't want you to do that. I want your magnetic field to be fully open so that you can pull to yourself, draw to yourself all the things that you need in the physical world, all of the resources. That includes money, that includes supplies, that includes tools, whatever you need in order to do your work here. Because this King of Cups indicates that you have very important work to do here. And you find out what your important work is by being in the moment and asking in the moment by moment by moment, where, how to respond to any situation. That's how your work unfolds. It's not necessarily planning some big thing. It can be, if you're directed to do that. But if you are focused on that work, then your magnetism is unimpeded. But the minute you start comparing yourself to other people, and their path and what they think it should look like, it starts to impede your magnetism. Now, this Strength card is talking about how the reason why we sometimes do impede our magnetism is because we're afraid to look within ourselves. We're afraid about what we're going to find in there. And this reading is really encouraging you to own it, to own yourself, to own your deepest parts of your being, and to investigate them, to look deep within you, and to move beyond those fears, to move through those fears, I should say, move through all those resistances, because underneath all of that, you're going to find great treasure. Great treasure. That treasure is infinite. And we really shortchange ourselves in this life by avoiding ourselves and avoiding our true path in life so that we can be, accepted by others. All right, so let's open this up here. Ooh, look at you with that order, expansion, protection. Love it. And then wonderful endings. See, let's go right to the endings. Things coming to an end quickly, things coming to a close quickly. And the way that you facilitate the things coming to a close, things completing themselves, it's very positive to have these things happen, these things ending and completing and closing. It's very, very positive. And the way that you facilitate that is by really being true to yourself, really allowing yourself to be you, looking deep within you. A lot of times we say, well, I'm just being myself, but we don't even know who we are because we don't take time. We don't take the time to know ourselves, to get to know who we are deep down, underneath the fears, underneath the needs to belong or to fit in and all that stuff. And again, that's not that those things are bad. It's not bad that you have fears. It's not bad that you want to fit in and belong. All of that's fine. But underneath all of that, we realize that a lot of that is a smokescreen. It's a delay tactic that we put in front of ourselves to avoid searching deep within us, because that's where all your power is. That's where all the wisdom is. That's where all the knowledge. You wouldn't need to read one more book on spirituality or magic or any of that if you were able and willing to go deep within you and mine for the treasures deep within you. But we're so afraid of what we're going to find there, we tend to avoid it. And today it's saying a lot of that avoidance you can put to rest You can allow yourself to go deep within and really investigate what makes you you and who you really are at your core. And when you do that, a lot of those resistances, not only to doing that, but also to receiving the benefits of this life, start to fall away, start to end, start to come into, everything starts to come into focus as things complete themselves and fall away. This is the center point of this particular reading. I don't do the full reading too often because I don't have enough time on these 15-minute readings. So I don't have the keynote here to your reading, but what I do have is the center point, and that is the World card. The World card is all about you winning, being the winner, having the winning hand in your life. In your life, you hold the key. You hold the key to all wisdom, to all knowledge, to all power, and to all prosperity within your own life. You do, not anybody else. So it's saying you feel free to explore and to move and to do you. It's really important that you allow yourself to do you, not the you that you're trying to portray to the world, but the you that you're discovering that you are. Okay, so this 4 here is talking about with these practical benefits that you are attracting to yourself, that they want to expand, that they are actually in expansion, in a state of expansion as we speak. So as you feel safe and protected and guided and free, which is what today's all about, is safety, protection, and guidance and freedom, that you have the audacity to get everything you want, to start getting everything that you really, not the lusts that you think you should have. I'm talking about what you truly desire deep down inside. All of those things. And that can include money. Yeah, that can include property. That can include cars. That can include whatever you need, whatever those things are that you need. And it's saying that the way to really facilitate that expansion, as always, when we get a 4, especially a 4 of coins, is to get your stuff in order, to find order in your physical world. That's a spiritual exercise. Clean out those closets. Right? Clean out those drawers, put things away, put things in order, get things tidy. Not because that makes you a good person or a better person, or that you'll get approval from somebody out in the world, but because that's the way you can facilitate that expansion. This is a card of Jupiter, and that's a type of Jupiterian invocation, is to get things in order. Not only that, but you'll realize that disorder, not only does it cause an impedance to that magnetism that we were talking about earlier, but it also provides you a distraction from looking within yourself. So when things are in order, there's less to distract you from finding the truth about you. And I wanted, just before we end, to really reiterate that the truth about you is something that you, if you haven't started to catch a glimpse of it yet, is something that's going to thrill you. It's something that's going to really make you happy. When you realize who you really are at your core, you're never, ever going to be worried about a thing again. You're never going to be upset about a thing again. You're never going to be afraid again, because you're going to recognize that you are a huge, magnificent force, much, much bigger, much more of a giant than you ever imagined. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. I love this reading. Thank you for spending a little time with me, and thank you to the amazing moderators, Shirley, Dre, and Honeypaw, and we will see everybody for another general reading tomorrow. Much love and many, many blessings.